to see that they were all on sale. So, I figured that was a sign to pick them up and try them out. I think that there is an earlier game in the series, Rusty Lake Hotel, but that wasn't in the pack that I bought. And I gathered that if there is like a continuous narrative, it's so obscure and strange that it wouldn't really matter if I played Rusty Lake Roots first. Let me know if that's not the case though, and if I might be spoiling anything for myself by playing this one. Anyway, I'm really excited to get started. The Rusty Lake games are a collection of point and click puzzle games with a weird kind of macabre twist. So, sounds like something I would love, and I'm excited to get going. So, let's go ahead and jump in.
Rusty Lake, spring, 1860. James Vanderboom arrived at Rusty Lake. His uncle had just passed away under mysterious circumstances. James was his uncle's only heir. He had no idea of the events that would change his life.
Okay, we had a short voiced intro. One thing that might be worth noting is that usually I like to try and balance the music, the background music and any sound effects a little bit, just kind of based on my personal preference. However, the settings for this game are pretty straightforward. You either get no music or no sound effects. There's no levels to it. So if either the music or the sound effects are quite low, or quite quiet at any point, it might be just because I've had to tone it all down for a loud part or something. Talking about simple settings, I couldn't actually figure out a way to get the game in full screen. So hopefully the recording looks okay. Anyway, it looks like we are controlling James here. I think his name was. Drag to move left or right. Got it. It looks like maybe this game was designed with touchscreen in mind, but that's okay. Let's see what we have here. Click on small black arrow to move back. James is thinking about a letter, and I can see a letter in his breast pocket. Let's give it a read. Dear James, I regret to inform you that your uncle has passed away. He has left you his house and a very special seed. Plant it and start your own family. There are some numbers here written in red at the bottom right of the letter. 5, 7, 2, and a Rusty Lake stamp at the top. Sure, click on a person to interact. James is now thinking about a branch. I guess he has that seed on his mind. Did it come with the letter, or is it in the house, I wonder? James has a suitcase next to him. It needs 571, the numbers that were written on the letter. No, that didn't seem to work. I guess that makes sense too. Why would the code to James's suitcase be written on a letter sent to him? We have a well here as well. I can unwind this rope with a hook at the end and wind it back up, but I imagine it won't be too useful without a bucket. Oh, and we have a cute little dog here as well. Hi there. What are you thinking about? He's just prancing about. That's cute. Doesn't seem to do much else right now. There is a watering can though. Without knowing what I am doing it for, I wonder if we should attach the watering can to the hook at the end of the rope on the well and try and fish something up. A can full of water. Very nice. What else have we got? Doesn't look like there's anything else on this screen. Can I go back? I don't see a way to go back. James is still thinking about this branch, though. What if I give him the watering can? Oh, whoops. We're not off to a good start. The three numbers are 572, and I'm pretty sure I tried 571. Whoops. Let's go back to the suitcase. Although I stand by the fact that it doesn't make sense for these numbers to be on a letter sent to James. 572 opens the suitcase, sure. Inside we have a bone for our dog, I guess, and a little box containing a seed. That's nice. I'm gonna give the bone to our dog. Here you go. Oh, he's digging it. He's digging a hole for it. I see. We can take the opportunity to plant the seed in the hole. Nice. We got an achievement there to planting the Vanderboom family tree. Alright, let's go ahead and water it. 2 loads of water, and it has grown considerably already. Maybe James has something to say about this. I see. So we've put James on the family tree, and it is growing a bit. So we can investigate, I suppose, another member of the family. Spring 1860, the house. This is James. This is James, and he is reaching towards a nest. I mean, it looks like James, but this was someone above him on the tree. Oh, I've pulled a twig off the tree. I guess I can give it to James to poke down this nest. No. Still doesn't quite reach. We're gonna have to affix something to that twig. Oh, there was a diamond hidden in a plant pot. Very nice. And a worm. And a worm too. Okay. I can slide a stool over for James to stand on. Still he's got it. There we go. He's knocked down the nest, and inside we have a black speckled egg. Oh. It's a cute, crow. I'm not too good at identifying birds. Can we feed it this worm we found? Oh, and away it flies, leaving a green diamond behind. Sure. What can we do with these? Right. It looks like we need 3 diamonds to enter the house. There's an interesting looking, I guess coat of arms on the door. It's, it has the name Vanderboom underneath it, and it depicts a large tree with a egg to one side, and, like a potion bottle to the other. And then on top we have a crow stood on a crown. I can see another diamond behind a pane of glass, but I broke it, and a spooky crow person was staring at me. Oh well, at least we can get inside now. Let me just put all 3 of these in the door, in no particular order. And there we go. In we go. So that's the, I guess like first chapter of, James's, it was his name James, James's life. Sorted, entering the house. We have summer 1860 now. It's called the Uncle. We're now inside the house. It looks pretty rough. It does look pretty rough. James is here looking a bit forlorn, in front of an unlit fireplace, and we're kind of peeking out from behind some cobwebs and wooden beams. I can see a cabinet over here with red handprints on too. Not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Let's just interact with a few things and see what we have. There's a nice painting up here of the Vanderboom brothers. 2 old men with white hair. It's peeling away though. Can I tear it off? I can. I can. Inside was a key and a diagram. It looks like tree roots. There's some text on it that I can't decipher. But in the middle of the roots there is a heart in a jar, and then at the bottom there's loads of jars with a root poking into each one. We have a foot, I guess like a lock of hair, an eyeball, 3 teeth, a drop of blood, another eyeball, a larger drop of blood, a brain, and a nail. I'm not sure what that one is. It's kind of gross though. We have a key now. There are some shutters. It looks like a shuttered window. Does the key go in there? They are locked shut. It doesn't look like the key I have fits this one though. We have a jar, an empty jar. Perhaps that ties in with the diagram just above it. We have a grand clock too. I can change the time. But without knowing what I'm aiming for, that seems futile at the moment. I don't seem to be able to open the body though. Let's head back. Here's James in his chair, and he's thinking about lighting that fire he sat next to. Well, we have that log that might need some chopping, and we're also going to need a way to light the fire. Perfect. I found some matches in this chest of drawers, and I guess our key fits into this bottom drawer. Brilliant. Brilliant. A small hatchet is inside. We'll chop that up. I can't say I've ever lit a fire myself, but my understanding is you need some kindling first before you get onto the big bits of wood. Not in this case though. We have a currently kind of pathetic fire. Maybe it's building. It has illuminated another tree key. My goodness. Another key inside of the fireplace, and the whole room looks a bit brighter now, which is nice. Let's use this key on the shutter. Okay, alright. We have a large window with some handprints on it. My guess is that these handprints, of which there are 4, and they all fit perfectly inside a small frame. My guess is that these handprints match with this this cupboard on the left. Let's try pressing the buttons on the front that match up with the handprints. So we'll go top right. We'll go for the one of the middle squares, one on the bottom left, and then bottom right. Boop, 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 and boop. Nice. And inside we have a pocket watch on a chain. And when I click it, it sets the time to 8:25. 8:25. Sure, let's go ahead and set the grandfather clock to 8:25. So we'll go. There we go. And boop. Nice. What has that done for us? Oh. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. We've managed to knock the door off of the body, and well, there's a body inside. Is this one of the Vanderboom brothers? Poor guy, what was he doing in there? We've zoomed in on. I'm sorry, this is a very serious moment. We've zoomed in on his chest, and we've opened a sort of nipple window, and zoomed in on it. We're going in, and there's a heart floating. Thank you for your sacrifice, Mr. Vanderboom. Let's put it in the jar. Great. Perfect. 10 out of 10 chapter. That did take a turn. I wasn't expecting that. But I enjoy how surreal things are so far. It looks like we have a choice. It looks like we have a choice of chapters. We can maybe go with, I guess this is a new person, or let's continue with James's story. Summer 1870. the staircase. James has also grown a dashing moustache. Oh, and he's tidied up the place, that's nice. Looking very dapper there, James. He's sat reading a book on his chair. The book says Spring 1859. My brother and I are in the final stage of finding the elixir. The alchemist. It's signed by, and there's some writing underneath that I can't decipher. There's also some symbols on the page to the right. No doubt they will come in handy. Right, what have we got then? There is a note on a table. It's some more symbols. I will come back to investigate these when I know what I might be using them for. Oh, here's a nice view out of the window. I think that this building we can see in the middle of a lake, I think that's Rusty Lake Hotel. But I haven't played the first game, so I can't say for sure. We have another painting up here. It looks like James sat next to a lady. Tearing it off, there is another set of symbols. There's an arrow. Outside of the central grid in all of these sets that we've seen so far. So my guess is that the arrow denotes some kind of orientation. We can't scroll any further left and right, so everything we need must be here already. Okay, so I can rearrange some books and statues on this shelf. What's going on with this top one? It looks like I'm gonna be making some sort of shape. I don't know what I'm going for exactly, but let's just shift things around so they kind of work. I'm just trying to get a continuous line for now, and then we'll revisit. Oh, I see. We're actually almost there. We have two endpoints that we can put on the left and right. And we'll just slide this last one into place. Boop. Perfect, that's the first shelf done. For the second shelf, the middle one, we have 6 statues. 6 busts of animals. Well, 3 of them are facing left and 3 are facing right. So maybe that's got something to do with it. There are 3 birds. There's like a dove, I think. Maybe a raven, and a goose, I'm gonna guess. And there are 3 mammals. We have a grand stag, a pig, and a rabbit, or a hare, I think. And they're all different colours too. I think they are sort of different heights as well, so maybe let's try height order. Not quite. Okay, we'll come back to that one. No use in guessing. Okay, so this third shelf we could put together some shapes. There's like squiggles on some of these books. I've played enough a little to the left to be able to sort these, I think. The books have main colours as well, so I think we can probably just match up the colours and the shapes and hopefully section over. Then we've got another like a cream coloured one, and then a brown on the end. I guess we could extend this section. There we go. So we have done the bottom shelf too, and we have 4 shapes from it. Symbols: a square, a circle with a dot, an S, and then it's like a cross. It's like a cross on a Bible. Right. And we have this grid of tumblers, 9 of them, to set up some symbols, and they must match up to the sets of symbols we've seen around the place. So I can see in this picture in the background we have a triangle with a line across the top tip. In the top left, if we rotate this so it matches the orientation with the small arrow, we have a crescent moon in the middle right, and another triangle in the bottom right. Perfect. On the page we have a triangle in the top right, a triangle in the bottom left, and a moon in the bottom middle. And then in James's book, we have a moon in the middle, a circle with a dot on the middle left, and a circle with a dot on the top middle. Great. So we'll put that there, we'll put that one there. Yeah, perfect. That was everything. And it has unlocked a compartment with some binoculars in it. Although, to be honest with you, this is a telescope. a monocular, I guess. I can zoom in on this building, which I'm guessing is Rusty Lake Hotel. I see. There's some animal people having a party, and they're stood in a particular order. We have a hare on the left. This looks like the dove next to it. We have the pig, or maybe a boar, to the right, and then the raven on the very right. And then the stag and the goose. Got it. Let's see if I remember those. It was the hare, the dove, the boar, the crow, the stag, the goose. Great. That's all 3 shelves sorted. Oh. And the bookcase slides to the left, revealing a secret corridor and a spiral staircase leading down. Oh, that's the end of the chapter there. Let's carry on with this storyline though. We do have this new person, but I kind of want to find out what happens to James. After he descends the stairs, summer 1870, the elixir. Oh, are we down in the secret basement now? It looks like we're in like an alchemy. I'll say laboratory, but there's not too much going on here. We have another one of these coat of arms. It's on a nice tapestry here. I can zoom in, but I don't seem to be able to click anything. We have a little dog, looking a bit sad, waiting for some food in their bowl. This picture on the wall says, "This elixir will bring you eternal life, or sudden death, the alchemist." Ooh. Very interesting. It seems to be referring to this this, it looks kind of like a vase on this podium. Big bottle. There's a picture behind it. It has like a formula. It has a formula for the potion, for the elixir. What have we got? We have some measures for some of the components. The bottle with the plus on it, we need 1 pound. The bottle with the dot on it, we need 2 pounds. And then for the remaining 3 bottles, we don't know how many we need. There's a diagram at the bottom though that shows 4 things going in. 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 4 pounds and 5 pounds. Do we need to maybe just weigh out the right amounts? We do have a set of scales here. The old-fashioned ones where you can put things on either side to get their sort of comparative weight. So we know that the plus bottle is 1 pound and the dot bottle is 2 pounds. So let's see if we can figure out the other ones. I'll put them in order. Oh no, it won't let me. Okay. So the plus is 1 pound and the dot is 2 pounds. So we have 3 pounds on the right. The squiggle evens out the scales. So the squiggle is 3 pounds. The circle is heavier. So it's heavier than 3 pounds. Is it heavier than 4 pounds? It's a bit heavier than 4 pounds. Is it heavier than 5 pounds? No, it is 5 pounds. I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember this. The X then, how does the X compare to this 5 pound bottle? It's a bit lighter. Is it 4 pounds then? Yes, the X is 4 pounds. So we know that the X is 4 pounds. The dot is 5 pounds and the squiggle is 3 pounds. So do we just put those in that many times? So the squiggle was 3, let's put that in first. Boop. And then we need to do the 4 pound one twice, that's the X. Boop. Boop. And then the 5 pound one, which is the circle. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It looks like that's worked. We now have the elixir of life and death in our pocket. I have a bad feeling that the game wants me to put the elixir in the dog's bowl. I wonder if it would let me give it to James. Oh. We're at a crossroads here. I'm gonna give it to the dog. I'm gonna give it to the dog. It was a pretty unhealthy looking green. The dog's taken some. How are you feeling? He seems to be feeling okay. So I guess we can give it to James now. Here you go. Boop. Drink up. Oh. Oh no. Maybe James wasn't pure of heart like the dog was. Well, that seems to be the end of James's story. He took the elixir of life and death and lost the 50-50. Oh, but the branch is still growing. What could be next? Summer 1870, the wake. Are we gonna control James as a ghost? Okay, what have we got here? So there is a casket on a table here. I'm assuming this is James. Poor chap. Yep. He looks pretty dead to me. What have we got? We have another diagram here. 10 sacrifices, 10 family members, 1 rebirth. Oh, I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So I guess it's suggesting that if 10 family members, each of them sacrifices the required item, then we might be able to bring James back. Well, we already have a heart, I know for sure. We plucked it right out of that man's nipple. Let's see what else we can find here. There is a statue that has seen better days. It looks like we can piece it back together, though. Let me see if I can just place all these pieces back in. It's a bit of a jigsaw here. That must go there. Then we want something on the left. Can this go anywhere? No. I've got his head here, his face, and the top of his head is just there. Can I? No, I can't put them out of the way. That's his shoulder and torso. Shoulder and chest, rather. So we're still focusing on the base. Here we go. We have a bit of like a podium that he stood on. That must go on the left. Yep, and then we'll put that in the middle. That on the left. Great. And now, oh, it's a bust. It's a bust. And we can just start building that. That must go there. That goes there. Almost there. Just the face and the hair to put in. And there we go, there we go. How are we gonna violate this guy? Okay. Clicking doesn't seem to do anything. We must need a tool of some kind. There is a little stand here with another jar and a coin behind it. And we can press some buttons to change the image on this unit. Looks like we might be able to put together a cube. Maybe. They're not quite lined up, though. How about this? Yeah, we have a stag running towards a bird and another coin inside. So, I mean, we could put the coins on James's eyes. See what happens. Oh, his mouth's opened. And out pops an eyeball. Got it. Right. So maybe we're not bringing James back. Maybe James is one of the sacrifices. I can put the eyeball in this statue. But we need another one. Where am I gonna get another eyeball from? We haven't done anything with this jar yet. Let me go back. Can I slide this? Must be with James. Okay. Sure. We can play the Towers of Hanoi with the rings on his finger. Looks like we're matching up the rings to make this shape that has been tattooed, I suppose, on his hand. So we're gonna want the square one. Oh, make sense if we stack them up on the finger that it's pointing to. We're gonna have to shuffle things around a little bit. Here we go. I'm sure I'm not doing this efficiently, but as long as we get to the end, that's fine. Alright, and now just the final piece. Perfect. Now we have another hand to sort out. We need a very similar figure. So let's just get this shifted around. I think we'll do it like this so we can get access to this bottom triangle. And then we need this square, so let's make some space here. And finally we just need to grab this last bit. Perfect. And James had an eyeball hiding inside of his jacket. Right. 2 eyeballs in this statue then. And what now? Oh, there's a secret compartment at the bottom with a knife, and I suppose we will be slicing something off of James. His tongue. Got it. We have a pretty clean extraction there. I can pop the tongue in this jar. Great. Well, with that we now have 2 of those sacrifices. Okay. What I thought previously was a nail is a tongue. Somehow that's slightly less disturbing. I don't know why. Anyway, we now have 2 of the sacrifices, and that's James's story dealt with. His branch no longer grows, so we're gonna have to switch on to this new person. Summer 1865, Finding Love. We have 2 characters, James and Mary. Ah, here they are. What's James got in his hand here? It is an empty bit of paper. Maybe he wants our help writing a love letter to Mary. Mary does have love on her mind. And what are you thinking about, James? Nothing. James's head is completely empty. Well, we have a rose here. We can take that, ready to give to Mary. There is a crow who is willing to give up a feather for us. With some ink, we could give James a writing implement. The crow is stood on a key as well. So if we can scare this crow off, we can grab that. What if I just give you this feather now, James? Let me zoom in on this. Yeah. So he's holding the feather, but he's not making any words with it. Here's a rose, Mary. How is it? Oh, she smelled it and has had a fairly catastrophic nosebleed. Luckily for us, we can collect the blood with the hanky from James's pocket, and he's going to use that to write. How romantic. It says, "Will you marry me?" Ah. We'll pass that note to Mary. She's thinking about it. She shuffled closer, so I think that's positive. And in shifting across the bench, she has revealed that she was initially sitting in front of a worm. Maybe I can use it to bribe this crow to fly away. Perfect. With that access to the key, we can open up this locked cupboard with a hand inside. Great. We can take the ring though and repurpose it for James and Mary's relationship. Here you go, Mary. Very nice. She is very much in love. That's cute, that's cute. Next up for Mary we have... What have we got? Spring 1867, Childbirth. Unfortunately, it looks like James is not in the picture. Wonder where he could be. I haven't been taking too much notice of the dates, so James might be dead by now. Mary's here, sat in front of 3 cots. She's sat on 2 chairs, so maybe she is with Triplet. There are 3 bottles locked away in a cabinet too, so the signs are there. Oh, the dog's here. The dog's here. The everlasting dog is here. They have a key around their neck, but they don't seem willing to give it to me. We have a pestle and mortar here. We've picked up the mortar. We've picked up a spoon. And there are 3 certificates, I guess. I suppose they match up to Mary's children, who have not yet been born. But we have Samuel Vanderboom with a clock at 2. We have Emma Vanderboom with some lovely flowers, and Albert Vanderboom with a scary looking mask. I don't know what to do with these just yet. They have colours on them, so maybe it's to help us gather some nice items for the children. We have a pair of scissors in this drawer, and that is it. That is it. There's a small plant growing here. I wonder if it's a cutting from the tree. It's sat on top of a barrel. Can we snip a bit? We can. We've just snipped off that whole entire plant. It is raining out of the window. Can I gather some in a spoon? No. Let's head back. Maybe we can break our way into this cabinet with a mortar. No, we are gonna have to find the key for that. What are you thinking about, Mary? She wants a spoon of something. Is it to help ease the pain of childbirth? Do we need to mash up this plant? Great. It is a spoon with birth potion. I see. Here you go, Mary. Have some of this birth potion. Oh no. One of Mary's children is now dangling out of her dress. And I think we need to snip the cord. There you go, little one. There's a cot for you. Here we have a second child. There you go, and the 3rd child. They all look pretty healthy, though, which is good. Oh, and we have the placenta. How are you feeling, Mary? She's cool with it. She's just worried about her triplets getting some milk. Right, I think we can tell these apart based on their hair. That should help eventually. We have a tap. can't see anywhere to put it. Oh, maybe we can convince the dog to give us the key if we trade the placenta. Oh. I'm pretty glad that worked. I like the logic there. We can use this key to gain access to our 3 bottles. And we'll hand them over to Mary, I guess. Right. She has filled that one up in an instant. She doesn't seem to want any of the other ones, though. Do we need to feed one of the babies first? There you go. Can you help us out again, please, Mary? No. Right. Okay, that poses an issue if Mary has nothing left to give us. I can temporarily make one of these babies happy by giving them some of the milk. How else can we get our hands on something? Okay. Okay, we can fill a bottle with some water. Does this line up with the... Right, okay. I think the liquid we give each baby lines up with the stain on their birth certificate. Samuel, who is bald, wants the milk. Emma, with the spiky hair, wants water, I guess. And my suspicion is that Albert, with the birthmark, would like some blood. So, we'll hand this over to Emma, Samuel and Emma. And I'm wondering if Mary might be willing to give up some blood for her child. No. How about the dog? It's the only other, living thing here. Oh, I feel like a monster for having tried that. Okay. How about the mortar? That's the only thing I haven't tried. Okay, the mortar doesn't seem to work. Can I combine things? No. Right, so we need to get... Oh, of course. Of course, the barrel here. I didn't think about this. We can put the tap in the barrel and fill it with wine. Right. Okay. I don't want to comment on whether that's better or worse than a bottle full of blood. Right. Perfect. So that's all the babies fed and happy. Perfect. Let's see what's next. We'll go for this branch here. Oh, and we're following the 3 children, Albert, Emma, and Samuel, in the spring of 1876. This chapter is called Child's Play. Hi there. Well, they look grown. I think that's the nicest thing I could say about them right now. They stood next to the tree, which has a bee's nest on it, and a little branch that we can grab. Albert is trying to grasp a butterfly that is just floating out of his reach. And we can get some honey too. Can we coax the butterfly with the honey? Can we give Albert the twig? No. Emma is holding a jar. And she is pretty happy with having the honey inside. Sure. What is Samuel doing? Samuel's thinking about a twig. Well, you are in luck. I've got one for you. Samuel wants to make a slingshot. So we're going to have to find some sort of elastic. There's a pot cover hiding behind this pot. And some marbles too. I'm sure Samuel will want the marbles. Can I borrow Albert's suspenders? They would work. So, Albert's thinking about the butterfly and... Oh, perfect. Emma's given up an elastic ribbon from her hair. So, Samuel, you can have this elastic ribbon and these marbles. And he is aiming. And he's fired a marble right at Albert's head. Give it another go. Oh, I see. I'm controlling this. I'm sorry, children. I didn't realize I was responsible for high-speed marbles flying into your heads. Oh no. I hit the butterfly and it's flown away. Oh, but it's landed on Emma's head and into her jar. Use this pot cover to keep it sealed. Oh no, they're arguing. Albert wants the butterfly. They're fighting over it. It looks like Emma's won. And what are we doing now? Are we firing a marble at the nest? Gosh, these children are horrible to their brother. Deranged. Completely deranged. Oh, a crow person is here to, I assume, reprimand them. Hello. Poor children, he says. Their lives will be full of misery, but their legacy will be of great importance. And that's it. I love how surreal this is. It's just like a dream. However, I think that is about all the time I have today. I did really enjoy what I played of this though, so let me know what you think and whether you would be down for seeing some more. Anyway, I hope you found this one relaxing, and I hope you come back again soon for another one. Thank you so much, and good night, 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 good night.